You applied the finish perfectly, but hours later, the surface is still sticky. Maybe the finish isn't bad at all. You might be making one of these simple drying mistakes. The first mistake is applying coats that are too thick. More finish doesn't necessarily mean better protection. A thick layer can take much longer to dry and may remain soft or tacky underneath. Thin, even coats usually give you more predictable results. Another mistake is working in high humidity. Moisture in the air can slow the drying process for many finishes. If your workshop is very humid, check the product instructions before applying another coat. Temperature matters too. Finishes generally have recommended application temperatures. If the workshop is too cold, drying can become much slower. On the other hand, extremely hot conditions can create their own problems. Follow the manufacturer's recommended temperature range. Another common mistake is poor ventilation. Drying isn't simply about making the surface feel dry. The solvents or water in a finish need to leave the coating. Good airflow can help, but avoid blowing excessive dust directly onto a freshly finished surface. Another mistake is ignoring the recommended recoat time. A finish might feel dry on the surface, but still be soft underneath. If you apply another coat too early, you can trap the previous layer and slow the entire process. Always follow the manufacturer's recoat instructions. There's also a big difference between dry and cured. A finish can feel dry to the touch, while still needing much more time to reach its final hardness. Don't assume that a surface is fully cured just because it doesn't feel wet. Another problem is applying finish over a contaminated surface. Dust, grease, wax, silicone, or other contaminants can interfere with how the finish behaves. Before finishing, make sure the surface is properly prepared and clean according to the product instructions. Using incompatible products can cause problems too. If you're applying one product over another, make sure they're actually compatible. Otherwise, you may experience poor adhesion, wrinkling, soft spots, or unusually slow drying. Another mistake is sanding and recoating too quickly. If the previous coat hasn't dried enough, sanding can damage the surface instead of preparing it. Give each coat enough time before moving to the next step. And finally, don't judge the drying process too quickly. Different finishes dry at different speeds. Oil-based finishes, water-based finishes, stains, paints, and other coatings all have different requirements. Read the label. Check the temperature and humidity. Apply the recommended coat thickness. And give the finish enough time to dry and cure. Because a great-looking finish isn't just about how you apply it. It's also about how you let it dry. So if your finish stays sticky, takes forever to dry, or never seems to harden properly, don't immediately blame the product. Check your coat thickness. Check the temperature. Check the humidity. Check the ventilation. And most importantly, check the manufacturer's instructions. These simple changes can make a huge difference in your final result. What's the worst finish drying problem you've ever had? Sticky surface? Dust stuck in the finish? Wrinkling? Or a coat that took forever to cure? Tell me in the comments. And subscribe for more practical woodworking tips, finishing advice, tool comparisons, and DIY projects. Thanks for watching.